What's up, YouTube land? Xeno Gaming back with some league racing here today. The start of the regionals, Oceania regionals. Yeah, and we're going to start the season today at Bahrain. Just a bit of confusion and miscommunication, and I guess is why we weren't able to do Australia, and the league moved from a Thursday to a Sunday night. So anyway, we've missed Australia, and we're going to start the season in Bahrain. This is Division 1 of the Sunday night Oceania League. So this is going to be a very tough tier to race in, and I'm looking forward to it. We are in the Red Bull car. Our teammate is not able to race here in Bahrain, so for whatever reason. So we are flying solo for Red Bull, and I didn't do any practice for this race after the league race in Melbourne for the Nationals. I didn't do any practice. I didn't do any practice before. During the week, nothing. So going into this very fresh and not really a lot of time to gotta get your act together quickly. And this is our first run in qualifying, and it was a shocking first lap. This is the first lap, and it's in the 1 minute 27s, which is nowhere near the pace. So here's now our second run in qualifying. This is my best lap in qualifying, so I'll show it in full. It's not a great lap, but I'll show it into turn 1, back to second gear. I locked the front right a lot there, and I also didn't load up the right setup, which compromised me a little bit, and I end up having a very low downforce setup here, which really hurt me through the middle sector. Anyway, as you can see, coming into the end of the first sector now, and we're up in our first run. As you can see, we had a good run through the exit of turn 1, which set up the time there. But back to third gear, I like using the higher gears on this year's game. I think it helps me with traction. Holding in 6th gear and then back to third, which helps me lock up that front left. A little bit loose on the rear there on the traction, bit difficult. Out of 10, but coming to 11, this is a great corner. And if you can get it right, you get it right this time. But it's just hasn't been quick at any point this lap, and coming into this corner, tricky corner to brake for. To hit that curb, we hit it there, but didn't get the best exit here, and then had a bit of a double upshift with my wheel, but that doesn't cost me too much time. And coming to the last corner, I turned in a little bit too early here, hit that inside curb, which puts me wide. I thought that was going to invalidate the lap. It doesn't, but the exit was absolutely horrible, and we lose a lot of time, but it's still better than our first lap, and it had us in 10th place. But here we go for our final run, and I'll show you why I didn't improve here. It's just all about turn 1, the exit turn 1. I didn't get as good as last time, and I'm a little bit wide, don't get on the throttle as early, and I lose 3-4 tenths in one corner, and it's hard to make that up over the course of the lap, and we didn't really make it up by the time we get the sector 2, because it wasn't bad, our sector 2 on the last lap, but I didn't really make it up, and I'm going to make up all the time here in the last corner. This is shows where I could have been. We hit the curb and it didn't put us wide this time, and we got a much better exit on the power a lot earlier. You see we gained a heap of time, but we didn't gain enough time to improve the lap, and it's 10th place. And this one I was hoping we got knocked out to P11, so we could start a fresh set of tyres, but unfortunately it doesn't happen. And there's your grid with Seb on pole in the racing point with Josh second and Andrew third. Aaron qualifying down in 12th, tried to qualify on the medium tyre, and that really didn't work for him. Not sure why he went that route. Obviously, it would have been nice for him to start on that tyre, but if you're going to lose that much position, because he was quick in this race. As you can see, there's the strategy. It tells you to do soft, medium, but the strategy in this race is a one-stop soft to hards. I think a one-stop is quicker around here than a two-stop. Actually, I know it's quicker. Unless you have to be really aggressive if you're going to make a two-stop work around here. I just don't know if it's the right play though. So yeah, one-stop strategy here today, and that should help us. So yeah, looking forward to that. And we'll get into the race now. Hoping we can score some good points. 10th on the grid. Not much more to really add. So we'll, without further ado, we'll get into it soon enough. But I think the best we can do today is with the top 4 and plus Aaron are probably a bit too quick. So maybe I think 6th place today. I think with a bit more practice around this track, I can get a bit closer to the front. But we'll just have to wait and see how that all plays out. But I definitely need to improve my qualifying pace. My qualifying was terrible. It was nowhere near it. So that definitely is something to improve. But we'll see what we can do from 10th on the grid as the 5 red lights come up here for the start of the Bahrain Grand Prix. And let's go here in the desert night racing. And we haven't had Aaron's launched off the line with his start. That was an incredible start. Our start wasn't too bad. I go down the inside. Mackenzie's had a poor start in the Ferrari, and he actually hit us there and broke his front wing, turning in a little bit too early. But a bit conservative through turn 2 and 3 here, and Mackenzie's got a much better run out the corner, but we're going side by side here. And I'm going to use this opportunity to go down the inside of Mish in the Williams, and I get that done, but Mackenzie's undercut us both here, so good move by him with a broken front wing to do that. And then he had a bit of understeer through here, and I broke a little bit too late here, and to avoid him I go down the inside, and I definitely couldn't make that work, and almost spin actually on his rear tyre. And now we have a horrible turn 9 and 10 there, and you can see we just lose a heap of time ahead, and just got to settle into this race. Made sure I didn't have a broken wing, which I didn't, no damage there, so that was very lucky. And now we're just going to get on with it. So yeah, hopefully we can make amends now of qualifying 8th place, and we'll see what we can do in this Grand Prix. So not a bad first lap, got 2 places, and yeah, not much more to say. So Mackenzie actually pulls into the pits now to change the front wing, so a little bit of damage there, unfortunate for him. So now we move on to lap 3, and you can see the guys ahead at the minute pulling away, and I haven't really gotten to my rhythm just yet. And Hamish behind is behind me, but he hasn't really he hasn't put me under pressure just yet to make a move. But now the DRS is available to him, he might start to think to make a move here. So, but a VSC is deployed as Mackenzie actually crashed at turn 7, which is that horrible curb, which I think everybody's fallen victim to before. So moving to lap 6 now, we Hamish actually pulls into the pits for an undercut here. I wasn't sure what lap I was going to pit for the hard tyre. I was thinking about lap 9 or 10, but I wasn't sure. Here I pick up a little bit, I'll go a little bit wide, pick up my first 3 seconds, and only 3 seconds of this Grand Prix. It wasn't as bad as this morning in Australia. So coming to the end of lap 8, Brett pulls into the pits, so is Aaron in the racing point. He's fighting for the lead. So we got Harry ahead in the Alpha Tauri, who once again he doesn't pit on lap 9, so I go in. I was going to do the opposite of what he did, so that works out, because I think going another lap really would have hurt me. And he came out a long way behind, so it really hurt him going that extra lap. So I'm thankful he decided to do that, as we now come out on the hard tyre. And I thought I was going to be a lot longer behind Hamish and Brett, as they got the undercut. The undercut definitely worked. You can see Hamish comes out just there. March, who's on the medium tyre on a 2-stop, has caught us and is doing quite well, as Brett makes a bit of a meal of turn 1 there, but that's alright. We're now got to chase down these guys for probably, this is our battle today. So Harry's come out now, he's a little bit behind, and we're going to go for a bit of a dive into turn 1, but this was, yeah, bit asking a bit too much of myself there. Just not on that move, so we'll have to regroup, go again. That probably cost me a couple of laps behind Brett, but maybe an extra lap. So he was definitely struggling a little bit on his hard tyres. And now we've got the DRS here, and this is an easy overtake with the low wing. I'm running 1.4, so the car was very good in the straight line, but it wasn't great through the middle sector of the lap. But it's not what I would normally run. But he tried to go back through on the brakes here in the turn 1. I braked a little bit too early. He was stronger than me on the brakes anyway, but I couldn't. I was able to hold off. So we moved now to lap 20. The McLaren behind he's on a 2-stop, and he's come out just behind us and stuff, so he'll probably get ahead. There's March coming in for his second stop, so we're a long way ahead of him. Hamish, we caught up to him. He was a little bit ahead, but we managed to close the gap, and now we're going for the overtake here, and we get the move done. So we move on into third, and I knew it was going to be difficult to hold back the McLaren. I was hoping that Hamish would be able to stick in my DRS and maybe DRS defend, but look at the grip. He has so much more grip with the soft tyre, so that wasn't able to work for us. And now coming into the final corner, he's going to have us. He's going to have a lot better run out of the final corner. You can see he's so close with the DRS. Using all the battery I can, I go to the inside. He's actually not closing me here in a straight line. Now he's starting to come here at the end of the straight, and he outbrakes me with the better grip. I'll probably brake a little bit too early as well, and we lose third place and a chance at the podium. I don't think it was going to come though, unfortunately. And here on lap 24, make a mistake at turn 1, missed the apex and lost the rear. So now Hamish has an opportunity into turn 4 with the DRS. I'm going defensive here, and I once again lock up. Really missed that corner there at turn 4, and Hamish now has a much better run out of turn 4, and he gets past us into 5 and 6. So yeah, not great. But I here check the penalty situation, and I have 3 seconds. He has none, so I've got a little bit of fuel and in reserve. So this is the lap where I knew I needed to make something happen. He goes defensive immediately, but doesn't weave up too much more after that. So the straight line speed advantage we have there is incredible. We get past and able to go into the braking line, turn 1. You know, this is probably the best lap I do, including qualifying, because on these tyres and at this stage of the race, we put it into full rich mix for the whole lap for the next 3 laps. I think I did that, but to burn off the fuel and really just attack here at the end of the Grand Prix. And you can see best first sector, which was helped aided by the speed we carried into turn 1 with the DRS. But yeah, we know we just need to pull away from Hamish, get out of that 1 second, make sure he doesn't have DRS, and we can really attack from here. And a little bit of a lock up on the front left there, but that's okay. Get a clean exit out of turn 10. We can see we're pulling the gap behind, so this has been a very good lap. And there's not much more really to say. It just trying to pull it out to 3 seconds in 4 laps, and we've pulled out a second in this lap already, so it should be doable, and we'll see what we can pull it out to in the end. So going to the last corner, this was just, you got to miss that curb, and we do that there, unlike I did in qualifying. So yeah, good lap, and it's a low 1 minute 30, which I think is a really good lap on the hard tyre. So yeah, was happy with that lap. And now moving on to the end of lap 27, just looking at the gap, we're pulling it out. That's about 2 and a bit seconds now. 3, we're getting it out to 3 seconds, and we're able to get it out to 3 seconds. So we're safe from him. We didn't pick up any more penalties, which is good, and drove a much cleaner race than I did in Nationals. So we're going to come across the line to finish in 4th place, pick up 12 points. Probably a lucky 4th place with some of the guys ahead making some mistakes and some damaged front wings, and I think Andrew retired due to some technical problems or with his wheel or something, which gained us another spot there. So I'm not sure where we would have finished with all those guys, but probably behind. But 4th place, 12 points, you take it as they come. Josh wins the race from Aaron with BP V8 in 3rd in the McLaren. So good race from him and those guys. It was a massive scrap at the front all race. Aaron launched off the line and never looked back after that. So he loses the race on penalties as well, which is a shame for him. But I think he lost it on track too. So yeah, overall 12 points to start the season is good for us, and hopefully we can carry this momentum into our next week at Nationals at Bahrain and for Regionals at Vietnam. So If you enjoyed today's episode, guys, leave a like, subscribe to the channel if you're new for plenty more F1 2020 content. And until the next time, I'll see you then. Goodbye.